Well, in the TV business, it's all about your lead-in. If you've got a great lead-in, your rating is going to be great as well. And we've seen that with a lot of college football games this year. If there was a highly watched game ahead of yours, your rating is going to get a boost right off the top. We're going to find out tonight if that's the case with digital media. Because for the first time ever, two guys got a live lead-in.
We did.
From Happy Hour.
That's like the most popular show on our entire network. People love that Ginny. They love her. Everywhere I go, it's Ginny, Ginny, Ginny. They love her.
New setup tonight. They're in their new place.
Yeah, it looks
nice.
It's
going to take some getting used to.
Nice and cozy. I am. Is there a college football game on tonight?
Bigger, better, bolder. Built by Kelderman Manufacturing. Smart, quick decisions, poised, confident himself, and breeds confidence in his teammates.
Brock Purdy just continues to win games in the NFL. It's amazing.
We back, boys. How do you like that? Talk about a lead-in. Woo,
Did you
we
create
back.
that whole
edited
piece just because Brock Purdy is coming back?
Brock's back. He's back, boys.
Well, it's about goddamn time. I mean,
it's about time he earns his money.
It's serious. It's like Christmas morning for me. I'm so giddy. I'm so happy. I got my hat on, my jersey.
You do seem giddy.
You are. You're like a little child right now. God bless you. We had no idea Van Winks was going to do that.
I got more surprises coming up later.
That thing took like a full minute to get through.
And
that's the cold open. Let's do it. Showtime.
It's showtime. Let's go.
Oh, let's go, boys.
As a student athlete, life can be pretty demanding. Fortunately, I can always count on Fareway to help me refuel and bounce back. It's why this is right where I want to be. Fareway, your home court advantage.
Nate Bargatze.
It's a lot to have two dogs, because you gotta open the back door and let two dogs out.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour, Casey's Center, Friday, April 24th. Tickets available at natebargatze.com.
Chris Williams, Chris Hassel, two Chris's, one network. This is Two Guys. Presented by Fareway Meat and Grocery. From the Channel Seed Studios, this is Two Guys. Exclusively on Iowa Everywhere.
Welcome to the program. Chris and Chris with a splash of Van Winks. More than a splash tonight, a big middle finger from Van Winks to start the show, just taking over. We are presented by our friends at Fareway Meat and Grocery. I was at Fareway today. It got me some of my favorite carbless. It's the watermelon kind. Picked it up right there at the Fareway in Bondurant.
On sale at Fareway.
You're darn right it is.
Got me some pineapple.
Right. Well, I wanted to start with carbless because I think that we're going to have to go to the carbless forecast for the Hawks here.
Yeah, a real forecast, Van Winks. Let's get a
real.
In the Channel C.
You're the one earlier in the week that said, "Oh, we're not going to have any of the elements."
You were 25 degrees off on the forecast for last week's Iowa State game.
Yeah, I just read the wrong day.
All right.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for being patient with us this week. We know we've been all over the place with our days and times. You know, stuff happens. Chris Hassel is a famous national sportscaster. The man has a very busy schedule. He's in high demand, and we had to bebop and skedaddle around to get here, and then we're not, as Chris mentioned in the open, we're not used to like stepping on each other because this isn't like TV where there's always something on. It's just different. And I was helping Keith and Jenny with their mic check earlier today, and they didn't realize it, and we didn't realize it. And we're like, oh, we're going to be on at the exact same time, which is problematic. So then we bumped it back to 7:15. Now we're ready to go.
Ready to roll, brother. Got another huge Hawkeye football game with playoff implications coming up on Saturday.
I think this is one of the more interesting Iowa games. Like, this is really, with this, can we just get straight to the carbless forecast? Because I think that this sets the tone for the entire conference. Maddie Van Winks, California native. This is bonkers.
This is crazy. Yeah, they're calling it like an atmospheric river, which I've heard before, but it's not very common for that area. So we're talking, well, you guys gave me so much crap last week. I had to go to the bullpen, okay? I called in a real expert. His name is John Miller.
Hey everyone, John Miller here for the Iowa Everywhere, Iowa USC weather forecast. Looking into the day this week, we can let you know with a high degree of confidence that it's going to rain.
You guys thought he was dead. He's not dead. There he is, John Miller.
He lives. That's hilarious.
Where did he post
it was the
that?
vintage John Miller here.
Hey everyone, John Miller here for...
He's on the golf course in Kansas City.
That's what John Miller does, man.
So that's the big John Miller announcement?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Just to show
I
you
thought
guys.
maybe Miller and Williams was coming back.
No, he's alive.
That would be great. I love doing shows with John.
Streaming only on Blue Sky.
I watched the KTLA weather forecast last night, so I got.
Oh,
the
you
real
did? Good. You've done homework. Okay, good.
So we're talking 62. It's going to be 62. It's going to feel like California weather out there, but the rain is going to be the real story. 1 to 2 inches of rain expected. They're going to get some rain Friday night too, which could affect the field conditions.
Now it's grass, right?
It's real grass.
Is.
The Coliseum. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just dig right into that game as we start things off here, and that's a huge part of this conversation. So
it is but is it really an advantage for Iowa? That's what everyone seems to think.
I think that's what we need to discuss.
USC's played a couple games in the rain already this season. They have. I mean, they've been in it as well.
And they're a really good running team. Like
they are.
That's their bread and butter is the rush offense. It's not
one thing people will say about playing, especially on natural grass in the rain. The players who know where they're going have a much bigger advantage than the players who are trying to follow them and tackle them. So USC's got a great running game.
Yeah, no, that's what they usually think. It's rain and snow, you bet the over. Wind, you bet the under.
And what's the wind look like, Van Welk? Did you have the wind on the forecast there? I didn't notice.
Yeah, I think it said like 5 to 10 miles. It's not going to be
that's nothing.
Too windy.
It's not too bad. Well,
5 to 10 miles an hour. That's not a big deal.
I don't know who gets the advantage here. I do think though, Chris, the one thing about USC, if you've watched them much, is they're not like a typical Lincoln Riley team that you would think of with the early years and then the Oklahoma years. They're a lot. They out-toughed Michigan when they played earlier in this year.
Ran all over them.
Yeah, like this isn't like the Riley air raid years. Like that's not, because he came from Texas Tech with Leach, and that's not who this team is. So I've noticed that with a lot of the a lot of the analysis on this game is just you just have to look at it. And I'm not saying that Iowa can't win it; they most certainly can. But this isn't some soft Trojan program that I think that they've gotten the rap for in the early years of the Lincoln Riley era. And getting rid of Alex Grinch is one of the worst defensive coordinators in the last 10 years of college football. And he just kept getting these good jobs with Lincoln Riley. getting rid of him was just a massive upgrade. They play defense now. So this is a really interesting game, and I think the rain makes it's a huge wrinkle. I don't know what's going to happen in this, and I would definitely take the Iowa points. I think this is low scoring. I think that maybe it's not. I don't know.
I hesitate to say that the rain is going to give Iowa an advantage. I hesitate to say that because I honestly do not know. And the last several times we've seen Iowa play on real turf, they have just pissed it down their leg. I mean, Chad Leistico was pointing this out on Legends and Listeners.
Interesting. I hadn't thought about it like that.
I think it's 4 straight they've lost on natural grass. And you can go back and think of major footing issues that Iowa has had on natural grass last season at Michigan State, last season at UCLA. What was the big play in the Iowa-Iowa State game this season? When Caden Weegan slipped and fell on an out pattern and Iowa State picked it off for a score that helped Iowa State win the game. So I'm not just going to sit here and say like I think a lot of people on the periphery would say is that, well, this gives the more plodding Big Ten team the advantage over the high-flying USC offense. And like you said, while this offense is explosive for USC, it's not necessarily what you would think. Kind of like Oregon. Like there's this misnomer that all they're going to do is air it out.
No, that used to be them. It's not what they.
Right.
Both of these programs are transitioning to being Big Ten programs. Like this isn't like the old days where out in the Pac-10 when you just threw it all over. This is totally different with both of these deals.
And it kind of goes back to the conversation we had earlier in the week when we played the soundbite from Kirk Ferentz where he mentioned that USC, didn't mention them by name, but was referencing them, that the team out on the West Coast is now going to recommit to defense. That soundbite Kirk Ferentz made was in December of 23. And they were firing Alex Grinch because they were giving up a bunch of points. And they actually have done a much better job over the last 2 seasons. That year, 2023, USC gave up 34 points per game. That was bottom 10 in the country. Last year, they lopped 10 points off that, gave up 24 a game, moved halfway up, all the way to 56th. This season, even better, only giving up 21 points per game. That's 43rd in the country. So the move that he made in getting rid of Grinch has paid dividends for USC. They are a more balanced team. They are a better defensive team. But this is not Oregon. Okay? This is not Oregon's defense. Iowa has to be able to run all over them. If Iowa doesn't have maybe their most successful running game of the season, they're not going to win. There's no excuse that they shouldn't be able to continue to move the chains on the ground. And Kamari Moulton and these running backs, damn it, you've got to find the holes and you've got to break some. Not just one, some. I'm tired of seeing it getting so close. Oh, he's so close to breaking one. He's so close. You can feel it. They haven't done it yet. They need to do it in this game. They can't afford to get down into the red zone and then let the field shrink and let USC kind of neutralize things with their rush defense. Iowa has to be able to have some 20, 30, 40-yard touchdown plays in this game. And I think that they should be able to.
You kind of stole my Wyckoff comfort zone.
Oh.
That's kind of the route that I was going. Let's just dive right into it. Yeah.
Kick back and relax. 2 guys have entered the Wyckoff Heating and Cooling comfort zone.
Actually been kind of a weird week. We've talked about this when it's just like you got to have if your furnace isn't on at night, you wake up freezing and then your house is just baking by the end of the day.
I had an incredible night 2 or 3 nights ago. My wife was gone. And so she doesn't let us sleep with the windows open when she's here because she has allergies. So she was gone. I got to sleep with the windows open. I left the sliding glass doors open. I woke up and it was 57 degrees in the house.
Were you just dying of?
Oh, it was great. I felt fantastic.
You remember when you lost your mind at my furnace settings when you came to my house?
What did you have it on?
It was, I want to say it was in the summer too. It was like 72, 73 is what the AC was set on. And
at night, no way. You can't
Hassel
have that at night.
lost his mind.
Oh, you have to be in the 60s at night. You have to be. I don't care how hot it is outside. In the Florida summers here, it's 66 at night in the house.
Drake, Iowa women about to tip off on BTN if you want a little background to Chris and Chris. No, so you kind of took my Wyckoff comfort zone, and it's all about running the football. I'm going to just throw one more out there, though, because we talked about footing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this one just came to my head, and this will be the Matt Campbell and me coming out. The margins are going to be quite large in this one, I would think. And it's all about footing. You do see kick returns and stuff break a little bit more when the footing sucks because of what you said to lead the show. That guy knows exactly where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing that their cleat selection will be a little bit better than Iowa's.
Yes. And Iowa's, I'm worried about Iowa's. I think it was even in Chad's article today. He was asking the guy about the cleats, and they're saying they're going to bring a bunch of different kinds, and they don't have a grass practice field, so they can't practice with their cleats.
Maybe
on grass.
Campbell would let him go over and play on Jack Trice a little bit.
Yeah.
Water it down.
Seriously, I wish Iowa had a grass field to practice on. I think that is a disadvantage. If you're never able to practice on grass and you have to play a game on one.
Sorry, I was just thrown off. Lisa Bluter's on the call of an Iowa game?
Yes. Come on. You didn't know that?
No. I knew she was doing this.
It's been all over social media.
I haven't.
Are you
going to
be distracted the whole show?
I'm turning it off. I was interested. That's my comfort zone.
What is?
Cleat selection. Make the proper cleats. No, honestly, it's the special teams thing. Doesn't it feel like this game, if somebody gets a special teams touchdown or a pick six, the game's over?
I think USC is vulnerable to something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's where Iowa's going to have to make it up because, man, I don't know how many points Iowa's going to have to score, but it's going to be a lot more than 20.
Yeah, okay? I think this is an over game.
20 points is not going to win this game. In fact, from Chad's article, Lincoln Riley, 41-0 when holding an opponent to 20 or fewer. You're not going to win this game 19-16. Iowa's probably going to have to score 30 points to win this game.
The slop, man. Kirk Ferentz's mutter was a mutter.
Is that's your analysis? I thought you were going to say take a 10-0 lead like you did last week.
No, it's the special.
In all honesty, though, that's a big thing, Williams.
Footing
what you
when
said
you're
last
kicking
week.
field
Will you
goals.
shut the hell up and let me talk?
No, think about it.
Last week, I'm trying to give you credit here.
Oh, okay.
You talked about the start that Iowa needed to have. They needed to get off to a good start. You can't keep playing from behind. Well, what'd they do? They fell behind 9-0. You can't keep falling behind these really good teams. Iowa has to get off to a better start in this game.
But even the footing for a kicker is difficult when there's that much rain. So it just feels like there's vulnerabilities in special teams when
snapping the football to your punter is difficult when it's raining.
Yes, everything. Special teams.
God.
Special teams. There's your Wyckoff comfort zone. So what was your pick? I picked USC to win this game by 3, I believe. I do think you have to, or at least you don't have to. I'm going to pick USC to win the game because home field, all the things we've talked about. And we haven't mentioned this. Really hard to get off the deck after an emotional, brutal loss like Iowa had last week. Can the guys do it? That is a real thing to consider.
I think it could go one of two ways. I mean, you could look at it that way. But you could also look at it as, man, they are pissed. So close yet again. And damn it, that defense let them down again. I think this is going to be the game where Iowa gets it done, because USC is not Oregon. USC is not Indiana. USC is not that good. Okay? USC is not a playoff team like Indiana and Oregon.
It is notable that this, in their mind, if they win this game, then all they have to do, then that it sets up their road trip to Eugene. And you win that, and they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Look at it from their angle.
I understand, but what I'm saying is USC's good, but they are a level below Oregon and Indiana.
Are they better than Penn State?
I would love to see USC play Penn State. I'd love to see it. I think that would be a really good game. I've got more Penn State for you coming up in Locks of the Week, by the way. No,
you got to lean into it. I
think Iowa wins this game. Now, I know I thought they were going to beat Oregon, and God darn it, they were so freaking close to doing that. I think this defense has a chip on their shoulder now. Like they're hearing it. Like they totally let Oregon run all over them. They failed again late. I think that they're going to come out and play a better game. Now, you're not going to hold USC under 20. It's not. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think that you might see a big defensive play. Had a turnover in the end zone last week. I think it's going to be a more impactful turnover this week from the defense. And I think Iowa's going to have the edge in special teams, and Iowa should be able to control the football. Nope, this team does not get penalized. You should be able to rush the ball 6 yards a pop against this USC team.
Comment from Adam, watching on YouTube. You got to wrap up against those Trojans.
If they do, if Iowa does win this game, playoffs back on, brother.
Oh, stop it.
The playoffs back on.
Well, you only dropped the one spot, which was...
Right. And the reason why it's possible is because if Iowa takes care of business, wins out, there's a very good chance that they'll be the fourth Big Ten team. So if you're going to have a fourth team out of the Big Ten, it would be Iowa in that scenario. Now, will the Big Ten get four? A lot of stuff has to happen. I had
you've
totally
actually really looked into this, haven't you?
Well, I had completely moved on after that loss. Like, that was it. You lose to Oregon, and the playoffs out the window. You know, Bama didn't even get in with 3 losses last season. But Bama had some bad losses. Bad loss. Iowa has no bad losses, okay? I blame this, me thinking this way, on those A&F bastards.
Oh, those guys?
Yes.
The twins?
Kyle and Connor sent me a text Tuesday morning at 12:30 from Connor. He says, Kyle and I just walked through scenarios for CFP. You're not out of it. You would need to beat USC, obviously. The ACC to just be a one-bid league, and you need BYU to lose.
You guys are like
You need Texas to lose a couple of times, but that can happen. Texas has a game this week.
They're a dog this weekend.
At Georgia. Texas also
play A&M.
Has to play A&M. Okay? And then you're kind of on the same playing field as a Tennessee or a Vanderbilt.
You guys are like the opposite of like a alcoholics group. Like, you guys just sit around and you encourage each other to do these awful things.
When they sent that, I just sent them the laughing face emoji because someone at work had asked me that. Someone that wasn't an Iowa fan asked me, like, you think if they went out, they're still in the playoff race? And I said, no chance. And
where does this craft come from?
I heard from them, and then I heard from Keith Murphy on Murph and Andy yesterday, and Keith's computer is telling him that if Iowa wins out, There's a 21% chance they're in.
The Murphy model?
The Murphy model
says
there's a 1 in 5 chance if Iowa wins out.
It'd really
they
help.
Will make the college football playoff.
If Penn State can beat winless Michigan State this weekend, it'd really help the old FPI.
Not really, because Iowa plays Michigan State as well.
So you get both of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Michigan State's next week.
And that Michigan State team is underrated. Like, they play everybody tough.
Stop it. I'm back in. I'm back to believing. I'm back. Look, I'm not going to get crushed or anything like that. Like, I kind of, for lack of a better term, blew my wad last weekend. But at least there's a chance. There's still a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
That's all you need, brother.
I hear you. All right. Well,
look, a 9-win Iowa team where your losses are to ranked Iowa State on the road.
Really good Iowa State team.
A top 5 Indiana team and a top 10 Oregon team in a game where you were either up or tied in the final 2 minutes of all those games.
And you beat the preseason number 1.
Preseason number 2. Yes.
Number 1 on the Williams poll.
Yes. Now, add it all up.
Number 20 in FPI. Don't discredit them.
Add it all up and you might have how upset would Iowa State fans be if you beat Iowa to start the year and Iowa ends up in the playoff? I don't think you guys would ever recover.
What's the old Tiger King? Did you ever watch that show?
Of course.
When the tiger like bit that woman's arm off, and he's like, I don't know how I'm ever going to financially recover from this. He's like bleeding all over the place.
He's just thinking about how it affects him financially. Really interesting game, folks.
Best of luck.
I wish it wasn't raining. I wish this was a.
I do, but I'm with you, just straight up.
Surface.
But it'll be cool to watch. Like, I wish it was a night game though.
You know what'll be cool is that I won't be there standing on the sidelines in that rain. I saw a TikTok from some guy that's an Iowa season ticket holder, been going to games for since he was a kid, and he said that he's been to Kinnick in every possible weather scenario, below zero, wind blowing 50 miles an hour, blizzard, all that. This was by far the worst.
Really?
By far. It was. It really was. But that is going to set Iowa up to be able to play in this monsoon in Los Angeles.
Let's give a shout out to those dadgum Kaburski brothers. This is what you should do. Some people are already thinking about holiday gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Get your wife landscaping from the Kaburski brothers. Call our friends at because they're lining up 2026.
A man should get their wife or a wife should get their man?
In my house, it would be for my wife. It could go the other way.
Your wife does the yard work?
No, she loves like flowers and plants. I mean, I mow and stuff, but she loves that's like one of her passions. That's like dirt racing for me, for her. Like she loves going out there and like planting flowers and all that crap. But the Kaburski brothers, they come and do all the hard work for you. They're lining up for 2026.
Those brothers will come out and tag team your yard.
Look at that snow removal too.
Oh yeah, they got that. Good call, Maddie. Thought about that. Shout out to our friends also over at Freedom Tire. They have wonderful locations all over the Des Moines Metro. Don't just think of them as a tire shop, although that'd be great too, to buy your tires from there. Let them do your oil changes. Go on in there and hang out. Matt, which one? You go to the Ames one. I go to the Altoona one.
Yep, go to the Ames one right off
awesome
South Duff
people.
Avenue.
Quentin and his team are fantastic. Locally owned. We absolutely love our friends at Freedom Tire. The only Iowa State football topic we have for you today, as it's a bye week, is Jamie Pollard.
Oh yeah, you guys are getting ready for
there is
bowl game.
If there is one, this could be fun. So
really?
Jamie,
you like this? I couldn't believe it. Okay,
hear me out.
All right, explain what Jamie posted.
Jamie tweeted, I stopped by the Fiesta Bowl offices today to discuss our interest in bringing the Cyclones to the Rate Bowl in Phoenix on the 26th of December. We would love the opportunity to play a Big Ten school. The reason this is interesting because it very well could be Nebraska. That's one of the schools that is going to be in the mix for that bowl. That would be fun. I would enjoy that. Like, if you're not going to get to the promised land, the playoff, the New Year's Six, like, I would much rather, having been to Memphis 3 times, having been to Orlando 3 times, playing Nebraska or that would be an awesome consolation prize for Iowa State fans. And I understand the date is not great there, but you haven't been to Arizona since 2009, Paul Rhodes' first season.
Oh, that's the last time? I covered that game.
Dude,
against Minnesota.
We tore it up in Tempe that night.
You were with us?
Yes.
What did we do?
Just went out. It was New Year's Eve.
That's right.
Great time. No, but I listen, like, take your wins where you can. Like, I think I don't know how like big of a crowd they would get the day after Christmas. That's a tough ask.
Yeah.
But if they played like a Nebraska, like, that's way better than going to Memphis again or a lot of these Big 12 options. Like, sign me up for that right now.
Yeah, Cuck Norris says that he thinks the Rate Bowl is the best case scenario if you don't go to the Alamo Bowl. Cuck, thank you.
It's actually Cuck Norris 69 times 69 if you wanted to.
What stood out to me with that tweet was the date.
Yeah, I mean,
you would be spending Christmas in Arizona. So you'd be spending Christmas away from your family, your home. You'd be going to a game the next day. Now, if it is Nebraska, I would venture to guess that's probably a team that might actually take a bowl game seriously because Nebraska hasn't been to many bowl games lately.
The Rule and Campbell thing is real. Don't you remember when they got
the smack at the Jack when he was at Baylor?
Yeah. I wonder how bring it on. That would be a very nice consolation.
That matchup would be juicy. That date is rough.
That sucks.
That's rough.
So was it K-State Rutgers last year there?
Yeah, K-State won.
Man, I don't want to play Rutgers again. They whooped Iowa State.
That's what's going to happen. You're going to end up playing UCLA. Yeah, they probably won't get 6 win.
I'm just saying, like, I'm taking the temperature of this fan base. I think I do it pretty well. They would be much more excited to play a Big Ten team out west compared to Orlando or Memphis again.
Well, I get why you don't want to go to Orlando. You've been there a bunch. What would the tie-in in Orlando be? What kind of team would you play there?
It would be an ACC team. It's the same thing as the Clemson, Miami, Notre Dame bowl games.
How do you get to the Alamo?
I don't think they'll get invited. They've been there too much. If they went out and the Big 12 gets 2 playoff teams, they could get to the Alamo. That's a possibility. But the Big 12 would have to get 2 playoff teams. That would be the key, which I actually think they're in decent shape to do. Like, I think that's I don't think that's that far-fetched for the Big 12 to get 2 in.
Probably need Utah to win out.
What you want is Utah to win out. You want BYU to win out,
game.
And you want BYU to lose. Well, it doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't matter if BYU or Texas Tech wins at that point. One of those will get into the playoff. Utah would get in as an at-large.
I do see a path for Utah getting in as an at-large.
Better off for them to be in as an at-large than playing
as opposed to Utah, a 2-loss Utah playing, let's just say Texas Tech. Let's say BYU loses a couple games down the stretch, and Utah gets into the championship game against Texas Tech. They're not going to put Utah in if they lose that game. If they lose a third game, it's not going to happen. And look, I'm sitting here talking about Iowa potentially getting in as a 3-loss team. It's not a level playing field. They're not going to look at a 2-loss Big 12 team the same way they look at a 2-loss Big 10 team. They're not going to look at a 3-loss Big 12 team the same as a 3-loss Big 10 or SEC. It's not going to happen.
That's all I have, but I thought it was interesting too that Pollard purposely put that out there on November the 13th. He didn't just accidentally throw that up on his
There
Twitter
was
feed.
some strategery behind that, I think.
Well, it was also interesting to me that like the politicking for bowl games is still a thing. Like, I don't really think of it like that anymore, but that still is like happening in the background.
Yeah, you know what's such an outdated term that I continue to hear, and it almost makes me cringe, is when a team becomes bowl eligible. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's a term from 20 years ago.
So, like, is that on your 5th win now? Because
gives a shit. Yeah, but that's the other thing. A lot of teams go to bowl games that don't become bowl eligible. They win their 5th game, and they still get in.
When I was interviewing, I interviewed McCarney a couple of times for my book, and he was telling me this story of being on a cell. Like, this is how it used to work. Like, they used to, like, recruit the Bulls, you know, and they would. This is why I hate the bowl games.
They would wine and dine the bowl
They'd
reps.
not like I would, but like the Dan Wetzel's book, Death to the BCS, is the best sports book ever written. Everybody needs to go out and buy it. It's super old now, but like it predicts all this stuff. And like these bowl reps just travel all over the country and go to 5-star hotels, and they take them to strip clubs, and they're just trying to like win them over. Mm-hmm. And McCarney was telling me this story about when they went to the Insight.com Bowl in like 98 or 99, whatever that was. It was Iowa State's first bowl win in program history, about how big of a deal it was. He gets this call, and then Mac's like running around. We just got an invite we were just invited to the Insight.com Bowl. We're going to go play for a bowl championship. It's just so different now.
Yes, it is.
But, you know, I think Pollard comes from that era. Like, he's at Wisconsin. They're winning Rose Bowls. It was such a huge deal. I don't know. That seems to me like a way better scenario than even going like a quote-unquote better bowl in Orlando. Like, Iowa State fans don't want that again.
As an Iowa fan, I got real sick and tired of watching them play and covering them even in Tampa every year.
It would be like Virginia in Orlando. It would be that type of a game, or Duke. Like, no.
Speaking of Duke, SMF brings up a good point in the chat. I wanted to know if you know about this chaos scenario in the the ACC, where Duke wins out, which would get them to the ACC championship game, wins the ACC championship game, and keeps the ACC potentially from getting any teams into the college football playoff, because the power conferences aren't guaranteed a playoff berth. It's the 5 highest ranked conference champions. And there is a scenario where if Duke wins the ACC, that the ACC gets left out completely.
Yeah. Remember, we had to worry about that last year. That was a conversation. Remember, you were trying to drum it up that the Big 12 was going to get left out. You got everybody all amped up.
Well, I think we were talking about the buys last time, though.
I don't know.
I hate this bastard.
All right, I'm going to the Rate Bowl, baby. Whee! Santa still delivers in Arizona. Let's go.
Do we know what time the Iowa State game is next week?
No, it got 6-8.
Yeah, so did Iowa. Michigan State. Give me an 11 a.m., baby.
Those networks always wait around. And speaking of Iowa's going to L.A. It's time for poor choices. Did you see the Rose Bowl, guys? We're talking about bowl games. Maddie Van Winkle sent me this earlier today that Matt, I'm going to bring you in as we do poor choices.
What did the Rose Bowl reps do now?
Toppling Goliath. So, Matt, will you explain this to me in detail? Because you got me all amped up. So they're saying, hey, could we make a deal with you?
Well, it sounds like UCLA wants to get out of their deal as the Rose Bowl being their home field.
Because it's a terrible home field for them. It's horrible.
It's empty seats
It's a
everywhere.
long way. Like, students can't get there.
But do you
it's
know
a
what
shitty old stadium. It sucks.
Do you know what their solution would be?
SoFi Stadium.
Yeah. Which would also be horrendous.
Is there any other good option other than building a stadium?
No.
They're landlocked there. There's nowhere to build in LA.
They need like a 30,000 seat soccer stadium to play in. Is what they need. Yeah, go play.
What about the
go
Galaxy?
Play
Where do the Galaxy play?
Where the Galaxy play? Play
Where
there.
do they play?
Seriously. So what are you pissed about the Rose Bowl?
Well,
people for?
they're always bitching about something. Like these guys, they never stop. They're all pissy with UCLA. But if I'm UCLA, how am I supposed to drive revenue for my drowning athletic department playing in your shitty old stadium all the time? Nobody goes to the games there. Like it sucks for our atmosphere. And yet the suits, the old Blazers at the Rose Bowl are taking them hostage, and I don't like that.
This is where the Galaxy play. This is where they
yes
27,000.
Absolutely.
Dignity Health Park.
That's perfect for
you. Need a smaller. It would be awesome for them to play.
Seats would be in demand.
Kansas played at the wasn't it the current stadium?
And that was a really good atmosphere.
It was awesome. I think it was the current stadium in Kansas City. They played a couple games there. It was great.
Well, and so the news today was that a judge basically blocked the Rose Bowl from saying, no, you can't get in the middle of UCLA if they want to do this move.
Let them do what they want.
The Rose Bowl was trying to block this move, but
it's just like they blocked the progression of college football for about 50 years because of their freaking sunset. Yeah, we can't lose the sunset, guys.
It is a beautiful sunset.
It's the granddaddy of them all. We cannot change. We're going to take the entire sport hostage for 50 years because of our sunset, and we've got to have the parade. It has to be on New Year's Day at the exact same time. It doesn't matter what the rest of the sport wants and needs. The only thing that matters is our parade and our sunset. Oh, UCLA, it's hampering your entire athletic department to play at our shitty stadium, and you don't want to be here anymore. We're going to take you to court. That's a poor choice by the Rose Bowl, but I'm not surprised by this.
Speaking of stadiums, it's my turn to go long.
Oh.
It's time to go long with Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Like how they're all just flowing together tonight, just like this carb list is going down the old esophagus, baby. Wealth Charter, retirement planning and tax. My guy Tim would like a carb list, I know that. And he's the type of financial advisor who have a cold beer with you. What do you got?
Okay, let me start you out with just a story of pregame Saturday at Kinnick Stadium. I'm walking around on the field. The place hasn't quite opened up just yet, maybe 2 hours before game time. And this guy comes down the tunnel. You know the tunnel where media comes down? It's like a winding thing from the concourse at Kinnick, and it kind of filters you out onto the field.
Mm-hmm.
Not the tunnel where Iowa comes out, the other side. And he said, "Hey, Chris, welcome to Kinnick. Welcome back. Hey, can I bother you for a minute? I'd like you to come see our garage door." I was like, "What?" Okay, great. And so this guy,
oh wow,
he starts telling me that he's like the head of the grounds crew.
It's like that guy in Rudy.
Yeah. And so they've got this like little cubby hole tucked underneath the concourse at Kinnick Stadium. And there's this garage door where they can get some of their equipment out of there. And they have, people that come through, they have them sign the garage door. Like he was like, yeah, Hayden Fry signed the garage door. There's Tom Davis, there's BJ Armstrong, Tim Dwight, Cedric Shaw.
Tim Dwight, lucky to be there.
Yeah.
He was overtaken. And
then he goes in, yeah, right. You see right there, that's Fran McCaffrey's signature right there. And so I look, yeah. Everybody else wrote like they signed their signature and then they'd write like "Go Hawks" or "Fight for Iowa" or something like that. And I look at Fran's signature, and it's just his name, and it's kind of crooked. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to sign my name above Fran McCaffrey. And I'm going to write "Go Hawks." So there you see, Fran McCaffrey left a spot for me to sit right on top of him. Chris Hassel, cool. Go Hawks. What do you think of my signature? I've been working on it. I've been practicing.
That's really good. Yeah, really good.
And I put the little Go Hawks
Go
there.
Hawkeyes. I can only hear you saying that in your Dolph.
Go Hawkeyes. It's Huck.
Hawkeyes.
So yeah, they have all the people that come through over the many, many years that, I mean, I don't know how old that garage door is, but there were signatures on there.
That's cool though.
20, 30 years ago. Yeah. So I feel like I'm part of Kinnick Stadium now. And actually I got to sign it was 20 years ago this week, because I heard Bloom talking about it on your show, that we won that MediaCom announcer contest. He won for Iowa State. I won for Iowa.
So
and
cool.
I went to Kinnick Stadium to call the part of the Iowa-Minnesota game in 2005. And that was the last game at the old press box before they were tearing it down. So everybody that was in the press box that day got to sign the press box wall. I don't know what they did with it, but now I've got my name in the old press box, and now down below on the garage, right above old Franny Mac.
A couple of questions in the chat. Oh, whoa! Look at you and BJ. Let's see. You got.
You're going to try to change.
Nothing different. Do the same thing. I got the scores that I wanted, and if I can get those again, I'll be happy regardless, win or lose.
There you go. Well, Chris, good luck to you.
That was at the Jordan Creek Mall. My dad. No, I think
you haven't changed a bit. You look the exact same.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
So
BJ shaving.
And Bloom claims that after we won, I went up to him and I said, yeah, it's real nice that they let high schoolers into this contest. You did a pretty good job for a high schooler.
Iowa State 6-3 on the year, looking to move to 7-3. They have not beat Colorado, however, since 1983. Here
Colorado tornado game.
Meyer comes out in shotgun formation. One receiver left, one to the right. Hicks with him in the backfield. Meyer play action pass. Three-step drops. Looks deep down the right side for Blythe. That's a 10 and incomplete. No, and a flag on the play.
And the funny thing is, it's a real coincidence. Bloom got to call a touchdown in that game.
He did.
And it was a touchdown pass to Ben Barkema,
And
who I was
Nicolin
friends
Wilson to
with
the
in
left.
high school. at
Meyer
Muscatine.
drops. Play action again. Down the field. He's got Barkham open to the 7, to the 5. Touchdown, Iowa State.
That's so cool.
A 27-yard.
Yeah, Barkham
nice.
Was a friend of mine in high school. He was like, until
a great
Joe
dude.
Wieskamp, he was like the best athlete to come out of Muscatine. And I remember his brother played at Iowa. CJ was an offensive lineman at Iowa, and they were Iowa fans. And that son of a bitch went to Iowa State, and I was so mad at him for choosing Iowa State instead of Iowa.
I have
And then
a
he
great
went
bit.
there and
Do you want a Ben Barkham story?
sure.
He's a coach now, by the way.
Yeah.
So he was really good friends with the guys who I lived with, like Carper and, same.
Mm-hmm.
So I did this show on MediaCom every Thursday night with John Miller and Steve Dace. Did you know that? It was State of the Nation. I hosted it with them.
State of the sodomy.
So what it kind of was like weird because I lived with these guys and but I was running the scout site and like I kind of started my career but I was still in college. Well, this one Thursday night we're all sitting around drinking at our apartment and I'm like, oh, because Barkham is there and he's my buddy. And I'm kind of like getting everybody's attention. Yeah, we should probably go out. Because I know what's coming up. And they're all like, no, stay and watch the show, and then we'll go out. And then I just go on this rant about how shitty Iowa State's tight ends are. And Bark's just sitting there just like staring. He was cool about it. Like, they all got it. But
That's
Barkham
hilarious.
Barkham is great. I love that dude.
Yeah, that poor bastard had to wear goggles on the basketball court.
Oh,
he
really?
looked like Horace Grant.
Horace Grant.
Great
That's
basketball
a
player
great
too,
pull.
though. Great player.
All right, let's just dive into the games of the weekend with our friends.
Get up. It's game day. Chris Williams and Chris Hassel take a look at this week's best games. Powered by Game Day Men's Health.
Just a real quick, before we get into football, Iowa does have its first real basketball game tomorrow night.
It's getting real now.
They play Xavier. That game is at Carver, right?
It is.
Yes. Okay.
Plenty of seats still available from what I've seen online.
No surprise there.
I would like to know your little power rating.
Iowa by 11.
That's your line, or that is the line?
That's Ken Palm's line.
Okay.
I would say it'll be Iowa around 10, 11 to 12.
Ooh, it's more. Wow. Iowa minus 14.5 is the real line.
Wow.
Good God. How bad is Xavier? Oh, they lost to Santa Clara by 19. Oh, never mind.
Hey, can we check
this
in on...
This isn't really a good game.
Yeah, never mind. Can we check in on Penn? How's Fran McCaffrey doing?
Yeah.
I just want to see how the Quakers are...
They were going nuts because he set the scoring record in his first game. They put up 111 points or something to that effect. And they just dropped 2 straight. They lost at American by 6. Providence beat them by, what is that? Oh, God.
Fran's
25.
teams, they gave up 72 to a D3 team, 84 to American, and 106 to Providence. So
long year for Franny boy.
Shockingly, the Quakers are not playing
Did you
defense.
hear what he's doing? He's breaking rules. Trailblazing is what I think that they would like to call it.
Call it a disruptor.
With the NIL stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Ivy League doesn't do this NIL stuff. They do not do it. Well,
they're all academics.
He has started some kind of NIL collective, for lack of a better term, because I don't think they're calling it a collective. They're calling it something else to try to get around this, where you do internships for the money that they're going to give you. Maybe you come to his house and do his dishes, and you're an intern house worker at the McCaffrey Mansion in Philadelphia. But they are using a collective and encouraging, quote, alumni-funded internships. And there are other people in that conference that are saying that this is a major problem and completely against the rules. So stay tuned.
Fran, he's always evolving.
For a guy that he was one of the last guys to embrace this kind of thing when it first started, remember?
Well, hey, real talk. Do you think I would have ripped my shirt off after the Cyclones won if it weren't for my friends at Game Day Men's Health?
No, you would have been too embarrassed.
Yep. I would have had just man breasts, 40 pounds heavier. Go to Game Day Men's Health. It'll change your life. It did mine. I don't know what else I could say. Hey, Matt, can we get the picture of me 30 pounds heavier off the intro too, please? Thanks.
I didn't make that.
Just saying.
You're carrying 15 extra pounds just in your face.
You want me to replace it with the one with your shirt off at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. You get to go first, Chris. Yours are first on the rundown. Go for it.
I'm going first on my
you're going
top
first.
games this week. Do we have the right? Do we have the right thing pulled up?
Whatever Van Winks wants.
Hit me with it, Van Woke. Texas at Georgia. This is one of 4 top 20 matchups in college football this weekend, including the Iowa USC game. Texas is starting to roll a little bit, starting to feel it. They're playing their best football of the season by far. And now they put it to the test at Georgia. I don't know if Texas needs to win this game. In fact, I'm going to say they don't. Texas could lose their 3rd game of the season right here. And as long as they beat Texas A&M at the end of the year, I think they'll still get into the playoff. But I think if Texas plays the way they have been, that's going to be a great
More
game.
on this later.
In locks. All right. Game 2. I stole a couple Big 12 games.
These are, you got the good Big 12 games. These are great.
Number 12, Utah at Baylor. Could be a dicey spot. We'll see. Utah's better than Baylor. Utah's playing well. Baylor hasn't really showed up this season, but it doesn't mean they don't have the ability. Have that crazy thing going on with the athletic director. I don't know that has any bearing on this game, but
he's
a lot
the
of off-field
playoff
stuff.
director too,
right.
and he had to resign from that.
Yeah, stepped away. Some kind of the latest reports are that they found out he was doing something that was against the university's like Christian codes. So I don't know, but if Baylor plays like we know they can play, that could be a really interesting game. And that's not the only really good Big 12 game. This is a real interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State just won at TCU. Yet TCU is going to BYU and only getting 4.5. And that number keeps falling.
It's like 3.5 now, buddy.
Books are telling you something there. What if BYU and Utah lose this weekend?
You're trying to position Iowa to get.
Here we go.
Get out of here.
That's my game day top 3.
Move the slides. I'll stay in the Big 12 for my first one. Cincinnati is still in this Big 12 championship race too. Like they can still find a way.
Yeah.
Arizona at Cincinnati -6. Arizona's playing really good football right now. The money and the sharps would tell you to take Arizona here. I think I may go the other way, but just passing that along, this does have playoff implications. Arizona at Cincinnati. Oklahoma at Alabama in the SEC. Like a lot of the sharps are on Bama here. I don't know. Like Oklahoma may have. I was reading a chart the other day that Oklahoma has the most. It was Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and Indiana had the most disruptive defenses in the country. I don't know exactly what that entails.
Got a good defense.
Defense travels. Let's see how this one plays out in the SEC. Major playoff implications there. And then I have Michigan at Northwestern. Just feels like it could be a tricky spot for the Wolverines. Hanging on at number 18 in the country in the college football playoff. Northwestern really let me down last week at USC.
Oh, my God.
Couldn't hang with Troy. But
they could. They had that pick 6 that they fumbled at the goal line through the end zone. It would have given them a 21-14 lead.
I don't know. I kind of like the fact that they lost last week. They're coming back home. It's this weird stadium. Michigan's used to playing in this, big one like this. Could Northwestern pull it? They beat your Nittany Lions. Why can't they beat Michigan?
You're leading us perfectly into our locks of the week.
Best segment of the week.
I've got an extra few to drag all over your face.
Hassel has 19 locks to drop all over your face this weekend, courtesy of our friends at Wild Rose Casino, where Dallas Clark is going to be at in Jefferson coming up this weekend. Dallas Clark, the pride of Humboldt. Is he the greatest tight end in Iowa history?
Yes.
Thought so too.
God, yeah.
I don't know if you put any of those other
10
guys.
times, yes. I mean, they had Marv Cook too, but it's Dallas.
That Noah Fant they never quite used correctly. Hawkinson, God, think about those two guys.
Well, yeah, a lot of those
Kittle,
team. They were bigger stars in the NFL, a lot of those guys than in Iowa. But Dallas Clark, star.
No, they got
Iowa
the
too.
sports cards and collectible show up at the Wild Rose Casino in Jefferson, and
That's
Dallas
Saturday,
is going to be there.
November 15th, 11-1, Dallas Clark. The card show goes from 10 to 4.
That'd be great. I would like to go up to that.
We have a Scott Slutzker reference in the chat. Do you remember Scott Slutzker? Williams?
No.
Scott Slutzker was one of the very last stand-up tight ends for Hayden Fry. Remember the stand-up tight end?
I thought this was a Sipker reference.
What? No, Scott Slutzker was a tight end at Iowa in the 90s.
I thought you were making fun of Spopker.
Remember the stand-up tight ends? Pete Prisco asked me about the stand-up tight ends at work a couple of days ago. And you know what I said?
God, the wing
Scott
jerseys.
Slutzker. Yep.
Yeah.
Bring him back. I'd love to see.
At one point,
love to see Scott the
this
stand-up
is
tight ends again.
Horrible to admit now. I was such a big Hawkeye fan at that time of my life. I had a Tim Dwight and a Cedric Shaw jersey, the exact same jersey. One was 5, one was 6.
And you had Tavian Banks too, right? I mean, they had so many studs right around that time. All right. Can I drag them on your face? Because
what's your record on the year? So you're climbing.
I'm climbing, brother.
You're climbing, baby. You're climbing the stairs.
Jeez, how many locks are you giving us?
19 and 23. I got 6 locks for you. Okay. Let me start. Jeez. I might as well start with some of the games that we've already talked about. I've got Iowa plus 6.5 at USC. I picked them to win outright. Iowa plus 6.5 money line sprinkle. You just talked about that Northwestern Michigan game.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Northwestern plus 12.5 at home against Michigan.
Oh, you're taking it.
I think Northwestern is better than people think. I don't think Michigan is as good as people think. You have Alabama,
Which would play into
Oklahoma.
your USC analysis too.
Correct. You have Alabama, Oklahoma as one of your top games. I think Alabama rolls, no pun intended. Remember last year? Oklahoma won, 2 games in the SEC? One of them was 24-3 against Alabama. They haven't forgotten. Alabama minus 5.5. Now, to some games we haven't talked about. The big one on CBS, 2:30 Central Time, Penn State at Michigan State. Nittany Lions minus 7.5. I'm going to keep rolling with them. They are going to destroy Michigan State in this game. They will destroy them.
Tricky spot, Sparty just been sitting there waiting for a big opportunity with an elite opponent like Penn State coming to town.
Penn State will win their last 3 games. Penn State minus 7.5. Also, Illinois minus 14 at home against Maryland. You know what? Illinois is not great, but they're good. And you know what they do against teams they're better than? They blow them out, right? They struggle with the really good teams. They blow out the bad teams. Illinois minus 14 against Maryland. And one more for good measure. Goalish, South Florida, minus 9.5 at Navy. Navy is the worst 7-2 team in the country. South Florida should blow the doors off them. As long as Navy doesn't suck the total wind out of the thing.
I didn't realize, I guess when the Fighting Golishes, friend of the program, lost their second, I was like, it's over. No, it's
in the
not.
Driver's seat again.
Yeah, I didn't. So I have my Fighting Bulls retro South Florida hoodie I'm wearing Saturday. Got to support my team.
From the Dan McCarney era?
Yeah. I bought it. No, actually, I bought it that night we were watching them when they beat whoever.
Oh, you bought the South Florida thing the night that I was back there for the Cyhawk game.
Yeah. They beat. It was
so.
Florida.
Is that the only pick of mine you like?
No, I would. I don't really have a feel on Bama, Oklahoma, so I'll ride. I like Northwestern. I don't really have a great feel on Illinois, so I'll ride with you there.
You got to love Penn State minus 7.5.
I don't know. I kind of like the plus. I kind of like getting a touchdown there at the home team. But
oh man, you're gonna be sad.
And then I like the Iowa play. I think you take the points with whoever in that game. Yeah. I think you're good. I love the South Florida one though. Really like that one.
Sorry. Let's roll.
All right, let's move on to mine. 26 and 15 on the year. Kind of just been sitting still. I've been going 500 the last couple weeks, it feels like. I'm going to start with Minnesota getting 25.5 at Oregon on Friday night. Here's why. The total is 43.5. So it's a really low total. You like big underdogs with low totals. That's just handicapping 101. Minnesota's not horrible. And look at what Oregon's been doing. They're not really blowing teams out this year.
They're coming off a huge win.
Yeah.
And they've got USC
on a short week.
Yeah.
Give me the 25.5. I really like that one. I'm going to take the Cox 19.5.
I thought about that one as well.
Well, and here's the other thing. They just fired their offensive coordinator, Mike Shula. They're coming off of a bye. And they still have a really good defense with a really good quarterback. This is a lot of points in an SEC game, right?
At A&M. A&M's
Texas
got,
A&M.
I think, Samford the following week before they finish up with Texas. I mean, they're already looking ahead to Texas. You know it.
So, again, this is a South Carolina team that has disappointed massively this year, but they've still been in a lot of these games. So I'll take the 19.5 there. I'm going to take Virginia plus 5.5 at Duke. 2 losses this year for the Cavaliers by a combined 9 points. They lost last week to Wake, which was a massively disappointing game for them, but they can still win the ACC. They have a lot to play. I actually like the fact that they lost last week to bounce back this week at a Duke team that's been disappointed throughout the last month of the season. And then I'm going to take the 6.5 with Texas at Georgia. I agree with you. I just feel like Texas is trending in the right way. And Georgia, while, they're really good, I don't know. Do you really think that they're going to beat a team with Texas by more than a touchdown? I could see it happening, but I think Texas is going in the right direction.
That was another one I thought about, but we couldn't fit 8 locks on one screen.
Hey, go ahead and add them. Yeah, so I'll ride all 4 underdogs this week for me. Minnesota at Oregon. I want South Carolina, 19.5 at Texas A&M. I want Virginia plus 5.5 at Duke, and I want Texas plus 6.5 at Georgia. Matty Van Winks, what do you got, brother?
Dogs, huh? You got the
road dogs this week. Let's go.
BYU has everything to play for, man. I love this spot for them at home. 4.5 TCU. TCU coming off that disappointing loss to Iowa State.
Are you getting fish hooked here? You might be getting fish hooked by the book.
I don't know. Like me some Cougs.
Matt's going heavy Big 12. Go with what you know.
I did. Yeah, I almost went 4 Big 12, but I liked that Iowa line. Kansas State minus 20.5. Not thinking the Oklahoma State thing, man. Not overthinking it. They've been blown out in so many games this year.
Yeah.
Kansas State.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that one at all.
West Virginia plus 11.5 at Arizona State. Now, West Virginia lost, 5 in a row? They've won their last 2 games.
Yeah.
They did.
Finally got a quarterback.
Nice win against
Colorado.
I like
that play,
Houston.
Matt. I considered that one. I like that a lot. Yeah.
11.5 seemed like a lot to me. Arizona State's got their backup quarterback. So let's see it. If Arizona State pulls this one off, that's impressive to me. Iowa plus 6.5 USC. Ooh. Hassel had that same line. I in my picks with Randy P, I picked USC to win, but I had Iowa covering. So give me the 6.5.
Matty Van, lock it up, he says.
I got to get back over 500. I was
started off hot. You got a little cocky. You got a little bit.
Hey, I can't believe what are you, Williams? 26 and 15. Man, making the people some moolah.
Been a good year for the bald man.
I hope you're tailing, baby. I hope you're tailing. Hey, we made a big announcement today, and it was not in the sports world, but it's just a local media story. I just wanted to give a little bit of attention to. We have a partnership. Now, it's no ownership or anything like that, but it's just 2 local media companies, locally owned ones, who are going to work together a little bit. It's a collaboration with BPC, which is known locally as the Des Moines, the Business Record. They cover, it's very simple, business-related stories in the city of Des Moines, throughout the state of Iowa. They also have DSM Magazine. They published my book for me, so they do custom publishing. Locally owned. They've been around for, I think, 40 years, and they're getting into, so basically they came to us, Chris, about, 6-7 months ago, and we had a conversation, and they're like, how can we get into the streaming world? So with the help of Matt and Aiden, we've been working to get them up on streaming platforms, and they're going to take their content to digital media, and we're really excited about it. It's a collaboration between the 2 companies, which, I think we should do more of. I was thinking about this, the beer, the local beer scene and the local spirit scene, as we'll get to our friends from Steeple Ridge coming up. And what I've always admired about that group of individuals is they all compete with one another, but they also work together and promote one another, and they cheer for each other. Like these beer collabs, we see them all the time. And that's kind of what we're doing here. We're combining resources and helping each other out. And really, the big winner here is not us, it's not them, it's the audience, and everybody's going to get a little bit more. So just wanted to draw some attention to that. You should look for them. They will be, Matt, how is that set up on our YouTube page? Because they're not in our main feed. It's called a collaboration.
Yeah. Well, we released kind of the pilot today. You will find that on our YouTube page. So if you go to youtube.com, search Iowa everywhere, you'll find that collaboration that we did with BPC. So that's going to be the best way to find them. The Business Record on YouTube, and then they're also on Spotify and Apple too. So
Yeah.
Linked right up with us. So that won't be on our feed, but when you search it, you'll see it there.
Very cool.
And it's been cool. Yeah, they do some really cool podcasts. Like I've been working on, they have the Fearless one, kind of a women-focused podcast, the Iowa Stops Hunger, some really cool causes that they're supporting too.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the same company, Chris, that hosted me and Otzelberger on the business of sports, and TJ kind of talked. You remember that? That was That was about a month ago, and it was through these guys and part of this kind of collaboration. So good stuff. Thanks to all of you people who support all of our local media endeavors. We appreciate it. Cheers to the freaking weekend, baby.
Cheers to the freaking weekend. Let's raise our glass of Steeple Ridge bourbon.
I waited until after the show. I'm going to pour me a Steeple Ridge right when we get off the air. This weekend is a bye weekend. I am 100% dad mode. Tomorrow, I am there for my wife. I am doing yard work with her. The wife works this weekend. I will be at home with the two girls. I have a birthday party for Elise on Saturday, a birthday party for both girls on Sunday. I will be running around in the Cyclone Fanatic truck just being a dad.
A birthday party for both girls on Sunday. So whose birthday is it?
One of the neighbor kids. Hey, happy birthday to Gabby, my girl Gabby. She's my homie down the street. Got a big bowling party on Sunday.
Really? So when I was little,
my nephew Jackson on Saturday. Happy birthday, Jackson.
You know, especially this time of year, if anyone had a birthday, you had to go to Skateland. You had to go roller skate.
So much fun.
And that lasted until 4th grade on a night where me and my friend got a hold of the intercom and started saying mean things over the intercom about a classmate.
Oh, man.
And then the adult who worked at Skateland joined in. Yes. Joined in. Berating a 4th grader over the intercom.
Did that guy get fired?
Oh, there was big trouble. The whole thing got shut down, canceled, and we go home. And I remember sitting there at my mom's house, laying in bed because I was sent right to my room, and she was on the phone with other moms and dads that entire night. And oh yeah, that young man was fired.
I didn't expect to go there.
I never went back to Skateland. Yeah, it was. Look, I was just a kid. You know, we thought we were just having fun, but for an adult to get on the intercom and say mean things about somebody.
God, you were such a little hellion.
Yeah, I was. But as Andrew says, different times.
And then I'm taking the girls to a concert on Sunday night. Unfortunately, it's not at the Casey Center. It's at some smaller venue.
Are you going to watch any football or basketball?
Yeah. I'll be watching the Hawks for sure. I'll get back for football. Saturday, it's like I won't watch a lot on Sunday though. I just love the college game too much.
I walked into CBS Sports HQ this morning, turned on the morning show, and first person I see, Audi Crooks. They're showing a highlight of Audi Crooks.
Woo!
Absolutely
cooking,
dominating.
43 points in 20 minutes.
You were really upsetting Peter and Cuck. They really wanted some Audi talk, so we had to get to it.
We had the pictures ready, so we aren't just pulling it up.
Pat McAfee said on this show today that Iowa State's winning the Natty, so what a performance. 20 minutes, 43 points. Unbelievable. This team's really fun.
They're really good. Williams is changed everything in that backcourt. Like, she's such an upgrade, Jada. I really, really like that team.
So some of the highlights I was watching, they were feeding it into the paint. Audi would get the ball, and she was literally 1 foot from the basket, okay? Right in the middle of the paint, 1 foot from the basket. And they had this one poor girl trying to guard her. There was nobody coming in to help or take a foul and send her to the line or try to trap her, double team. Nothing. They just kept letting Audi just go at this poor, is it Valpo that they were playing?
Finley had a great quote after the game. He was on Jake Brin's Daily Clone today. And Finley was like, yeah, we just kept running the same play. It's like, he's like, sometimes coaches are like, oh, we should try something different. He's like, why? Like, they can't stop it. Why?
Take what the defense is giving you,
He's
right?
Like, we just kept running the same play.
I mean, if you're playing a video game, playing Madden, and the same play keeps working against somebody, you're going to keep running it. And sometimes coaches do. They overthink it. They think they're better than that, right? Well, let's. They're going to expect that. They're going to expect something else. So let's do this. No, if you've got Audi Crooks, and she's got like 4 inches, and all of that strength over her poor little defender from a mid-major conference, a low-major conference. Sorry, it's a low-major conference probably in women's basketball in the Missouri Valley. I mean, just keep giving her the ball. I mean, what did you say, 43 in 20 minutes?
She only played 20 minutes. Think if she would have played 30.
Unbelievable.
She set the school record in 20 minutes.
Well, look, at least, I mean, it's a better start this year than last. I know it's early.
They are a lot better this year. I mean, they're just all a year older, right? And they were probably too aggressive with that schedule. I think that a lot of people got excited, rightfully so, when all of those young women were freshmen. Now they're juniors.
Yeah.
And this adding this Jada Williams.
They haven't played anybody yet, but I think
they're really
you can tell.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to find out more when they play Drake. What was that, next week? Yeah, tonight they play Drake.
I think they would be, if Vegas had a Big 12 women's basketball outlook, it would be them and TCU is the odds-on favorite. TCU probably won, Iowa State second to win the conference. And I don't think they'd be that far off of TCU. So they're a really good team. What are you going to do all week?
They lost to Drake last year, didn't they?
I believe so, yes. It was, well, I don't
no
know
problem with Drake right now. Iowa's up 50 to 20, 53-26 in the third.
Yeah, I think they did lose.
I think they did lose to Drake last year.
Good pull. You just watching games
this
all
weekend?
What's the wife doing?
So, remember, I've got to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you poor guy.
And then I think we're going to go out to eat because we can't go out to eat Saturday.
Got the games.
Got the games. Got the Iowa game. We have Instant Iowa. I will be back for Instant Iowa after missing a week. I will be joining Andrew post-game, hopefully, for Iowa's first win against a ranked team since 2021. 12 is enough. A dozen is enough. 12 straight losses. They're getting closer. Here they come. I don't know if I'm going to do steak tomorrow night, though, because yesterday I did something wild, okay? I fasted for 24 hours straight. It was actually more like 24 and a half hours, just to see if I could, just to see how it felt. And as a reward, I had prime rib and mashed potatoes.
That looks good.
And you know where I got the inspiration to have that? Josh Betts, who posted a prime rib dinner for his birthday. Happy birthday, Josh.
Happy birthday, Josh.
I saw that prime rib on Josh's plate, and I said, I'm going to do something to earn a prime rib this week. And so I fasted for 24 hours, and then I just ate the hell out of that.
Dude, how good is it?
Oh, I do a little bit of both. I do au jus for some. I do horseradish for other bites.
It's odd juice.
Au jus. And a little Sprite Zero. Had the Sprite Zero there. It was a 2 Sprite night. I had 2 Sprite Zeros with this meal. And there was Josh's. Josh had prime rib and French onion soup.
Oh, God.
I don't know what restaurant he was at, but that looks incredible.
That's a man's meal right there. I love Betts because he's always giving me updates on the Valley. Like, he always just keeps me informed on any.
Oh, yeah, there's no way he's watching us right now because he's watching the Drake Iowa women's game.
No, but he'll always, I'll get a text from him and be like, hey, keep an eye on this team in the Summit League. Like, they got a shot here. Like, I love it. He's like my eyes on the Valley. It's great. Well, cheers to you, Hassel.
God, I'm hungry again.
Yeah. Maddie Van Winks, you going to the Iowa Wild? I know you got a couple big nights.
Kenzo's going. She's going Friday night to Star Wars night.
Nice.
Kenzo's going to that?
Yep. Kenzo's going to Friday, and then they got Saturday.
Her kids
they got
are Star
veterans.
Wars. Her kids love the Star Wars.
Yeah. Veterans. I think it's her son's birthday, too. So happy birthday. I think Cash's birthday.
We got all kinds of birthdays.
Veterans Appreciation Night Saturday. They're doing the Iowa Arrows hat giveaway and a special jersey auction after the game.
All right.
Van Wink's kids must be ready for bed. I could hear the little jibber jabber in the back.
You hear him back there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nighty night, kids.
All right, girls, you get to bed. Hassel needs to get to bed, too. This is way past his bedtime on a work night.
It is, yeah. Happy hour pushed us back 15 minutes. So,
well, thank you, Chris, for hanging out with us this late. That's very generous of you.
I think sometimes you forget how different it is on the East Coast.
I mean, it's an hour.
I think you take the Central Time Zone for granted.
It's an hour difference. Like, I don't forget it. Like, it's 9:38.
Hey, can I add one more lock to my locks of the week?
Sure.
Maybe.
49ers, baby, let's go.
Well, you don't even say the line.
I don't know what it is.
Who the hell are they even playing?
It's
Arizona?
like they're playing Arizona. It's like 2.5. They were underdogs. Purdy's not going to move the line that much. He's just not. They're still going to be an underdog.
No. They were favored by 2.5. What are you talking about?
Okay, they were favored.
We picked that game earlier this week. I'm pretty sure that they were favored by 2.5. Looking at 2.5.
I just don't think it'll change that much on that news.
No,
Sorry,
because Mac Jones was playing fine.
Yeah,
it's the defense.
Well, some might say he's better than Purdy. Some people. I'm not saying it. I'm saying some people.
Stupid.
The greatest
stupid people.
Athlete of all time said that.
We appreciate our sponsor. You get the prime rib at the Fareway Meat and Grocery near you, or you could just go to one of your local channel seedsmen. They have beef. You could go to Fouch. He's got quarter beef all over. Just working in the sponsors, baby. We'll be back on Monday morning. Murph and Andy live tomorrow at 1 here on Iowa Everywhere.